Okay, let's talk Crow. Yes, they've had their assets announced, but we're going to take a look a bit deeper into Crow, the exchange, and why, again, I talk about Crypto.com being one of the big players in the future of cryptocurrency. So let's get into this video now. We know $3.4 billion, an audited view of their assets. So this just isn't wallets they've published. This is a absolute audited piece of information that tells us exactly where their backed assets are. Now, it's been fluctuating between 3.4, 3.55 over the course of the last couple of weeks, but ultimately they've come out alongside Binance, and it does feel like there is a bit of a head-to-head with Crypto.com and Binance. The big advantage being Crypto and Crypto.com somehow go hand in hand, so that easy accessibility for new users coming into crypto, I would argue, will go to Crypto.com. Now, particularly talking Cronos coin, we can see here really respecting this level we drew actually on the chart, really bounced off this kind of trend line at the bottom. So we can say that the Crow coin is moving upwards, albeit it's very slow. But today we're seeing nearly a 2% gain at 6 cents 51. So definitely starting to move in the right direction, going upwards. It's going to be interesting to see over the course of the next few weeks. Like I said, Crow is definitely an interesting one, and certainly one where if you play it right, you can really start to use this to your advantage. The Cronos blockchain is certainly an interesting one. Now we're going to get into a little bit more detail, but before we do that, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. It pushes the video up in the algorithm, lets more and more people know about it, more and more people understand and get involved with the Crow coin. Now, looking at staking rewards, and for those of you that haven't seen anything like this, ultimately what this tells is what you can use with Crow. How can you make it best work for you? And the great thing about cryptocurrency versus the regular banking system is the rewards tend to be a bit higher, and they are attributed to a use case. So we take a look at the Crow coin. What's really interesting, it is a proof of stake, therefore you can stake Crow exactly the same as Luna Classic, exactly the same as something like Cardano and Solana. You can stake your Crow coin. Now the rewards aren't super crazy, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing given everything that's gone on. And we can come down here, you can see Delegate Crow on here, and you've got the Lend Crow options. Reward at 10% for delegating, 2.5% for lending. And we've got a nice little chart here. If you were just to invest $1,000 over 1 year and you delegate that, currently at 10%, it's going to earn you $100 a year for doing nothing. You cannot get that in the regular banking system. Now, you can also stake with certain validators. Remember, proof of stake requires validators to uphold the blockchain. You can see, you might see some faces here that you recognize from the Luna Classic community as well, but you can stake theirs, and here are your rewards, up to, in some cases, over 12% to get your rewards for staking Crow. So not only have we got a coin that potentially is going to have some real use case in the future, we have an exchange that is easily accessible for new investors coming into the space. We also have the ability to use it to stake significant amounts, which I always think is a very good thing, and ultimately you are making your crypto work for you. There are obviously always risks attached to things like this, so make sure you do your own research, but definitely worthwhile looking at that. Well, let's get into the news of the day. We kind of scooped over the assets, but here we go. Crypto.com released its proof of reserves data from auditing firm Mazars Group that showed its clients' assets are fully backed 1-to-1, according to a statement on Friday. This comes after rival exchange Binance released a similar report from the same auditor, seemingly proving its reserves on Wednesday. Similar to Binance, Mazars compared assets held in on-chain addresses on Crypto.com with customer balances. Why is this important, I hear you ask? Well, let's take a look at the actual view. It says the results of the reserve ratio of major assets. You'll notice that every asset is over 100%. What does this mean? It means that they carry whatever over 100% above user assets. So as an example, Bitcoin, they hold 2% more than what their current user base has. And I think this is important. It allows fluctuation in the price, allows some level of fluid liquidity, and ultimately make sure that the assets that the users have put on there are backed. And particularly when we're looking at the bigger ones, things like USDC and USDT at 6% over certainly feels that in Crypto.com's mind, there could still be some downside movements in the market. So definitely an interesting one. It says proving audited proof of reserves is an important step for the entire industry to increase transparency and begin the process of restoring trust, says Chris Marszalek, the CEO of Crypto.com. And I 100% agree with him, and I hope we see more and more of these validated, audited proof of assets. I think it's important for the space and equally important as investors, so that when you are going to buy your currency and buy your crypto, you are using the most safe and best option out there. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of these proof of assets? And equally, let me know about Crowcoin. Are you staking it, or did you not know that you could? And let me know in the comments down below what you're doing with it. As ever, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out, and I will see you guys in the next one.